Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Of course, we already know that Elon Musk is the gift that keeps on giving. And of course, that translates to what Elon Musk is actually doing, in the case of him buying a 9.2% stake in Twitter Inc. Well, this whole situation of Elon Musk buying Twitter, essentially, is in fact falls in the exact same category. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Many people were quite skeptical whether or not Elon Musk buying a 9.2% stake in Twitter would actually have any change. Well, it seems as though it already has. It seems as though the new Twitter CEO and the company in general essentially now answers to Elon Musk. I mean, he's not the de facto leader or ruler of Twitter by any means, but Elon Musk is now the most influential person related to Twitter, not only through his public influence, but literally within the company. He's the man with the biggest stake in the company, the man with the biggest voice, and the man who might actually be calling the shots moving forward. Some truly incredible stuff. The fallout has been amazing. And while the popular opinion over the last couple of years has been to just ditch Twitter, it seems as though Twitter might actually be redeemable in the end, at least to a certain extent. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here, but before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. And with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, the man who we have covered, is on the record through his tweets and through audio recording as being a far left anti-free speech activist. That's on the record, that's not conspiracy stuff. Well, considering the contrast between Elon Musk, free speech enthusiast, and Parag Agrawal, well, this tweet right over here must have been very, very difficult for the new Twitter CEO to post. I'm excited to share that we're appointing @Elon Musk to our board. Through conversations with Elon in recent weeks, it became clear to us that he would bring great value to our board. He's both a passionate believer and intense critic of the service, which is exactly what we need on @Twitter and in the boardroom to make us stronger long term. Welcome, Elon. Elon Musk then replies, looking forward to working with Parag and Twitter board to make significant improvements to Twitter in coming months. And just like that, Elon Musk just became Parag Agrawal's boss. And you can sense the despair surrounding the new Twitter CEO as he was writing that announcement, and he wasn't the only one. I mean, the lefties in the comment section are just seething with anger. There's so many of them, so I probably didn't get the best ones, but just take a look at the ones that are right at the top. This is really bad. Do you see what he's tweeted? He's acting like this is his app. He offered people an edit button. You're going to rue this day. This is what he does. When he doesn't get his way, he buys it off. Which, by the way, Twitter confirms that they are in fact testing an edit button. Yes, we've been working on an edit feature since last year, and no, we didn't get the idea from the poll, of course, the poll that Elon Musk tweeted out. But of course, research and facts not exactly the forte of the left. Let's continue to go on with these tweets. Time to delete Twitter, I guess. Elon doesn't realize that private platforms are not beholden to the same rules of free speech. Also, he failed to disclose his stock purchase, so make him a board member. Not exactly sure what he's on about failing to disclose his stock purchase. Seems to me that's exactly what he did. Doesn't seem like Elon Musk broke any laws that I'm aware of. But then lefties once again, unironically taking anti-free speech stances. Oh no, Elon Musk is gonna bring free speech to Twitter. What will we ever do? Enjoy your mass exodus of some of the biggest free content cows on your platform. Yes, of course. Just like all of you were supposed to move to Canada after Donald Trump got elected. How did that one play out again? Oh yeah, empty threats. Also, no one cares. I mean, the collective response is, as I always say, when these lefties are threatening to leave.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
And just the utter hypocrisy. Donald Trump, the then sitting president of the United States, gets banned from Twitter a couple weeks before Joe Biden's inauguration. So many right-wing figures have been deplatformed. Phony fact checks disproportionately affecting conservatives more so than left-wingers. Conservatives voice their grievances, voice their anger. Apps like Parler show up, a bunch of people start moving over. Lefties across the Twitter platform create some sort of uproar, getting Parler and other apps banned from the Apple Play Store. Launch a mass trolling campaign against conservatives for leaving the platform or even threatening to leave the platform. But for the most part, it seems as though conservatives had a legitimate grievance and real reason as to why they wanted to leave. Then Elon Musk becomes a board member at Twitter, with what seems to be one of the main goals being promoting and preserving free speech. Oh, the horror. And lefties are absolutely outraged and threatening to leave the platform. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's everywhere. Yeah, this makes me seriously reconsider having a Twitter account, especially if he's going to roll back protections in place for people people like me in favor of hate speech and harassment being permissible. Canceling Twitter Blue and will be moving away from the platform because of this decision. Having worked for Tesla in the past, I don't trust Elon, nor do I trust his opinion on discourse and what is essentially the global town square. I'm seeing this as the death of Twitter. This is extremely bad news, but thanks. I mean, it's just nuts that these are unironic takes. This is the trend that we've been seeing growing on the left-wing side. They are pro-authoritarianism. They are anti-free speech. They are pro-big corporation and big government deciding what people can and can't say or see. I mean, what's crazy is how do they not see the problem with that? What if the political culture starts to shift in the opposite direction, and they've enabled all of these powers of mass censorship and control on information, the flow of information, and most importantly, speech? They've handed it over to major corporations and big government, and then it starts to, of course, as the pendulum swings the other way, affect them negatively. Well, then all of a sudden, lefties might become pro-free speech after all. I mean, just the craziness that's coming out of the Twitter left right now, and even the mainstream media is nuts. Take a look at this piece right over here from the Washington Post. Mark Andreessen tweets, "Ouch, I just snorted coffee out of my nose." The Washington Post writes, "Elon Musk's Twitter investment could be bad news for free speech," writes Timothy L. O'Brien from Bloomberg. Elon Musk responds, Washington Post, "Always a good laugh." Because obviously it's a complete joke. The things that these lefties activists say are just astonishing. Elon Musk is just another Joe Rogan, another vilified individual from the left who must be destroyed at all cost. They've convinced themselves that he's some sort of fascist, capitalist, evil billionaire man, and now he essentially runs their favorite online social platform. I mean, it's just incredible, and in many cases, at least if you work at Twitter, he's now your boss. It once again exposes the unhinged nature of these emotionally unstable leftoids. But the beauty of it all is that the pendulum is swinging, and that with more and more situations like this, they are losing the culture war battle. I mean, how can you stand with anti-free speech radicals? I mean, how can you unironically stand with anti-free speech radicals? No wonder they're getting roasted, and speaking of that, speaking of Twitter employees and anti-free speech radicals getting roasted, I'm sure you guys are all aware of what Substack is. Well, the Substack Vice President of Communications, Lulu Chang Meservey, put out this tweet for all of the disgruntled Twitter employees, threatening to resign, quit their jobs, now that Elon Musk is essentially their boss. Substack is hiring. If you're a Twitter employee who's considering resigning because you're worried about Elon Musk pushing for less regulated speech, please do not come work here. But for everybody else, we really are hiring. Join a talented, determined, passionate, motley team of all backgrounds and beliefs. We debate respectfully, execute maniacally, and live to serve writers and podcasters. Long live independent publishing. Absolutely based, folks, the cultural pendulum might actually be swinging after all. It's crazy to even think that Twitter, in the end, might actually be redeemable. And hopefully, this might be a pipe dream, but hopefully, that translates one day to YouTube as well. That's what I got for you guys, though. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share it as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. I'm going to get back to work. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.